those social media milestones that are just over my head, man. I'm not doing all that. We're just about to.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Right.
I'm not doing the first day of kindergarten with the chalkboard. You don't do that?
Yeah.
I don't. No, it's all good. Like I think maybe I get to a point where I'm kind of hating sometimes when it gets to that point. But anyways, Halloween's coming up, man. Are you a big Halloween guy or what?
Not really. And I usually work on Halloween. My son he's big into it. Obviously, he's a kid. So we got his costume going, and I will probably be at work, so I'll be handing out candy to whoever.
He's going to be at work again. We just talked about this. He's going to be at work during Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not a big, I'm not a big dress up guy either. I don't know. That's just not me.
No, I mean, because I wear a suit every day of my life I wear a suit. So the last few years I bought Halloween themed suits. So
yeah, at least a little tie, you have little pumpkin ties or something? Or?
Oh, pumpkin tie, yeah. So yeah.
So tell me, my brother used to work in the hotel thing, and I remember his closet was just full of suits, man. How many suits do you got, do you think?
A lot, man. I got a lot. I don't even know the number. I know I have over like 70 ties. I was just counting the other day. And my son asked me, why do you have so many ties? Only 7 days in a week. So you're right. I need the variety. So I got a lot of ties, I got a lot of shirts, I got a lot of suits, shoes and all that. So a lot of different accessories, cufflinks, and tie bars, and
that kind of stops me from doing that. Cause I don't know, man, I'm kind of a dressed down kind of guy, man. My wife makes fun of me because I literally wear Nike shorts probably every single day. Especially since the COVID started, I think I wore jeans one time. That's because I had to go to Easter Sunday and I couldn't go in shorts. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I'm a Nike sweat kind of guy, unless Adidas wants to sponsor.
No, I get it.
Adidas, but for right now, I'm a Nike sweat kind of guy. I don't know about you. I can't be wearing.
I mean, look, if they let me wear shorts, to work, I do it. But they said wear a jacket. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go all the way. I'm gonna go all the way. So.
How important do you think appearance is? Now you brought that up, the suit thing. Because I always see realtors, man. Mm-hmm. This is my realtor. I'm gonna describe a realtor that comes to mind, just like straight up. I see a realtor just, you pull up with your car and then the realtor just beeps, beep, beep. He beeps his little Beamer, M series, whatever, M5. I don't even know Beamers like that. He just beeps it. He gets out, He's all laced up, He's got the suit on. He's got a fresh cut, sunglasses, takes them off. You know what I mean? I don't know. Is that the look? Is that the look you have to have as a realtor or what?
I mean, that's no, I mean, you don't have to. No, I mean,
I just describe realtors, you. Did I just describe you or what?
A little bit. Yeah, you did. You kind of did. Yeah. Because when I go out, I put a suit on. It's just something about me, and just professionalism is just a thing for me personally. I like to be professional, and even I don't know, like with you, I think I was just dressed down just because we're so comfortable with each other. But if it's a new client or somebody I'm just meeting, yeah, I'm gonna be dressed. I'm gonna be professional as if this is a customer service job.
It's a big
I think
deal,
appearances are important. I mean, unfortunately, in the real estate industry, people do expect to see a certain. They have their image, like you said, they have their image of a realtor, and they want to see that. They want to see, oh, okay, yeah, he got a nice car. That makes sense because I've seen that on TV. Realtors have a nice car. He's in a suit. That makes sense. Where he must, what I mean? So I don't want to show up in sweats. I don't want to show up, with a hat.
No, I'm not saying you can do that, obviously. No, I mean, but you're right. You're gonna have to you gotta look the part, man, because you're trying to sell this home to somebody. You know what I mean? You're trying to help them buy this home, which is a big deal to them, right? So I guess appearance, right. I heard something from a good friend of mine, and it had to do. We were talking about soccer, and this is, you're a soccer guy, but I was telling him one time, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna have my grandkids just wear t-shirts and make them earn the uniform. And he was like, bro, come on. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna make them. And I was trying to be old school, we're gonna wear t-shirts until we earn it. And he's like, listen, man, when you go to a wedding, how do you dress up? And I was like, well, you dress up nicer than you usually would. He goes, but you feel good, right? I said, yeah. He goes, you got to make these kids feel good. You know what I mean? You got to make them believe that this is pretty much a job to them. So in soccer, we're not gonna wear suits, obviously, right? But then I went ahead at Grant and we got them Nike polos, right? The Nike, the nice ones, right? The golf ones, like $50 each.
Yeah.
Embroidered and all that, right? And then we got them the backpacks, we got them the warm-ups, we got them so they would walk on to a school and at least they looked the part. And like you said, the appearance is like, okay, this is a separation from just like wearing, PE stuff. We're here to work. You know what I mean? So I can kind of, I understand where you're coming from, man. I get it. You know what I mean? I get you gotta
Yeah,
get
yeah,
there.
and I try, yeah, and I try to put myself in the shoes of the client. Like they want to walk up and they want to see a professional. They don't want to see just some guy. You know what I mean? Like even I was showing a house just across the street from my house. Like literally across the street was a house. It was going to be a 2-minute situation. We go and we look at it and we're done. I put on my suit and walked across the street to show this house. And then when I came back, I took the suit off and got in my pajamas. But I mean, it is what it is.
But at least you
For
work
me,
in the hotel industry, so you got the suits already.
yeah, right. So they're already on deck. So it works. Yeah.
So it works out. So, do you got to pay a little dry cleaning bill or what? You got a little dry cleaning bill you do every week?
So fortunately for me, uh, given the position that I have at my full-time job, dry cleaning is free. And so it's another little perk. Another
I'm
little
about to
perk
drop off
for
some of my
being,
t-shirts to get dry.
yeah. So I mean that's helpful because my dry cleaning bill would be ridiculous.
Man. Yeah, I'm just picking, you're like thinking little things, right? Like, so we're kind of talking like we're kind of dissecting this real estate, thing because people don't understand like the appearance, right? So they have to buy the clothes. I mean, you can write all these things off, obviously, with the taxes and everything, but you still got to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you got the
Yeah.
dry cleaning bill. You know what I mean? You got gas in your car that no one's going to pay you for. You got to look decent, man. You can't roll up there with a bucket. You know what I mean? The appearance is everything, right? Can't get dropped off in an Uber. I mean, I guess you could get dropped off in an Uber, but you know what I mean? So then you're like, you're going to go do this. You do all this real estate, right? You got to at least like, there's a lot of these costs that you're going to have to just swallow first, right? And then figure out how much money you could really make. You said it's a toss up, man. Like maybe you start with a client like in April, but he don't buy the home until December, man. So you've been working for 8 months for this.
Right. So, I mean, are you going to pay, like, you got to still pay your rent. You got to eat. You got to do all this. So, I mean, you got to figure something out. You got to figure it out.
So if you do go this route, what would you do for like retirement and all that? You can start investing or something, and what would you do?
Yeah. I mean, I already have, I got a retirement set up, but you just have to set up your own retirement. Yeah. You got nobody helping you out with that. So you got to get your own life insurance. You got to get your own all this. Yeah.
Yeah. The life insurance, your kids and all that, like college funds and all that stuff. You got to do it on your own. And like, I mean, man, I want to get to that point, right? One day, maybe we could podcast. I could podcast for a living. I don't know, but I want to do something where it's like that, where it's like you grind. And I've always had that issue. Like, my parents always tell me, you're fine. You're doing what you're doing. And people around me say it's cool. And that's fine. I don't want to get comfortable doing this. And trust me, in my position, you can't get comfortable. Right? You work every single day is a tough day. But, I think I don't want to look back and I'm 40 and be like, man, when I was 30, why didn't I do this? I don't want to look back when I'm 50 and be like, man, why didn't I do this when I was, you know what I mean? So I kind of like,
yeah, no, I hear you.
I know life is long, like you said, in some ways, but I'm just trying to do something before I get to 60. I feel like to me, like my cap is going to be 60. I already decided like at 60, I don't want to work anymore. You know what I mean? That's just me.
That's it.
So I'm like, okay, what can I do for the next, 20 something years? You know what I mean? Or, it's closer to 30, but yeah.
Right.
So I don't know, man. It's hard, man. I think people have told me to get into real estate, but no, then I don't want to steal your clients. You know what I mean? I don't want to be in your way. I don't want to be doing this. So.
And you would, you probably would. So yeah, don't do it. Yeah, I appreciate that.
So anyways.
No, yeah, but I'm the same. I was just real quick.
Right, no, man,
like 50 is my, like, I think like a lot of people, well, entrepreneurs or people who don't want to just work until they retire. 50, I want to be done. Can I be done at 50? Could I be done at, like, if I could be done at 50, that would be where I want to be. Right. 20 more summers, but
Because your mom, like, she hadn't worked for somebody in a long time.
She has not worked for somebody since she worked for the state when she was like 18 years old. Something like that. Something crazy. No, she's a boss. She don't work for people.
Yeah, she was a boss for sure. No, because like my mom retired at 59, right? My dad retired at 61, right? And I was happy for them. I'm like, yes, you know what I mean? Because it's like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, just chill. You know what I mean? Like, just chill. You're gonna get what you get. My parents were fortunate to work as hard as they could, and they were able to get their, they had retirement funds. They have multiple different incomes right now. They got their rental properties. They got their, vacation home going. You know what I mean? So like, I think I want to be where they are. Actually, I want to surpass that. You know what I mean? I want to get, if I can get to that point in the 50s, even better. You know what I mean? So I can be done at 50.
Right. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Because it's not even about the money. I think if people just chase, like, I want to make this much money and be a million, it's not like that. I think it's just to not have to like pay your bills. that's a big deal. Like to not have to worry about paying your bills is a big deal. Like you're gonna have bills, right? But there's people that live check to check. People live to check, and you feel like sometimes you're looking like, man, but why were you at Disneyland, bro? You know what I mean? Like, or they're living check to check and they're tripping. It's like, but the other day you were over there, like, you know what I mean, drinking mimosas. Like, you're obviously not making the right decisions, man.
Yeah. No.
I'm not talking
No,
about
you're
you.
right. You're right.
You know who we're talking about.
I know you're
If
right.
the shoe fits, then wear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, not me. Not me.
But I don't appreciate you with this Lakers stuff on, man. You got Lakers Cup.
Oh
Lakers.
man, I'm repping. Yeah, I'm still living in the championship. So.
Is it really a championship though?
Oh yeah, to me it is. Oh yeah.
Come
Listen,
on.
I asked if the Kings would have won this championship, would you call it a championship? Probably, right?
Well, the Kings weren't going to win one, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I know that.
I think speaking of that, I know this is not a basketball thing, but I think I've talked to people about this. The fact that the Kings didn't win, I think that's like, we call it in Spanish romanticismo, right? It's like romantic. Like it's something that's our connection to the team of like, we didn't win it and we got robbed. Like that's literally our thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you took it away from us, what the heck are we going to be talking about? What would the Kings be talking about? Like, let's be real. If we didn't have those 5 years of like playoff time and primetime TV and all that and losing, okay, if we didn't have that, what do we really have?
Nothing. No,
Nothing.
You're right. Yeah,
oh, Mitch Richmond made the dream team. Oh, well, you know, who cares? Like, yeah, I went to go watch Mitch Richmond. I went to go watch some floor seats. My dad got me tickets. Someone gave it to him when he was a principal. They gave him tickets, and we were like front row at watching Mitch Richmond. I didn't even know what I was doing. I was so little. I don't even remember, dude. Like, I don't even remember. I watched J. Will rookie year. I was there. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we're just like stuck on this like whole thing of like, oh, the Kings would have won. That's it. That's all we got. So
I mean, that's all you got. So that's all you got.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is like, that's pretty much like our love to the team is like kind of like a, oh man, we had it, man. We had it. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much it. There's nothing else after that.
That's true. And it's crazy because 15 years later, it's still like the highlight of the Kings is
and every time you see a picture and it makes me want to cry, and they got like Doug Christie hugging, like, you know, hugging Turkaloo and them, right? Like do a little crowd with the black uniform. You know, those were wet. Don't lie. The black uniforms were wet.
Yeah, they were.
Better than the Lakers black one for sure. So we got the black one and it's all wet and they're like this. And it's like, it says the team that, you know, it's like the team that should have won that never won, right? Like the number one team of all time that should have won that never won. You know what I mean? But people don't take away, like we were playing against Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. Like, yes, the referees and all that, but like you understand that we pretty much got hot in the wrong time. Like the Lakers were also won 3 back-to-back. You don't understand that? Like if the Lakers weren't there, then we would have won 3 back-to-back. There's no one there. Like we pretty much faced the Lakers at one of their best times they had. You know what I mean? The little run.
Yeah, that's one of those things where if the Kings win that series, just even that game,
they win 3.
Like the NBA landscape,
it
might be different because the Kings were going to win the championship if they went to the finals that year.
Yeah, smack the Nets.
Right. That would have changed everything. That would have shook up the Lakers. That would have shook up.
No, and then not just that, dude. It changes everything forever. Just think about it, because then the Maloofs actually get the arena because the city would be all high off of it. Like 2 years, it was like 3 years later they try to get the arena, right? So or whatever it was, we get the arena, right? You realize we didn't do it because of the taxes, right? People don't want to pay taxes. We still pay taxes.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, so people were already like upset about it. The Maloofs started losing. Right. It was a perfect storm, right? The Maloofs started losing all their money. They sold their distributor. It was just right? So if we win that, we change everything. We have an arena in Thomas, a new one, okay, which would be now like what, almost 20 years. No, let's say 15 years old by now.
15 years. Yeah.
It's okay, it doesn't matter. It'd be like the Staples Center. Okay. Then you have, you know, 1 title or 2. So now team players actually start coming here. You know, like, because Roddy would have retired by then. He was already old. We would have started signing more people. People want to go to a winning franchise.
To a winning franchise, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I mean.
So that's why you still talk about it. That's why it's still a thing today.
That's why it's still a thing, because, like, what we would have just won? Like, come on, bro. Yeah. How is, like, Kobe's elbow, how is that a foul on Mike Bibby? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
That's not a foul.
No comment. You know, no comment.
Oh, my gosh. So, I mean, when did you get this love for the Lakers, man? Because I'm starting to get
about
it.
So I was like,
because Diego fell in love with the Lakers like this summer. So what about you?
Yeah, no. I've been a Laker fan since I was 6, 7 years old. Shaq had just come over from Orlando, and I was a Shaq guy, He came over from Orlando. I was like, okay, well, I'm a Laker fan now. And then when Kobe came, that was it. Kobe came, and I was Kobe. That's my man. Kobe's my,
Even when he
then they
airballed
won
against Utah, you're still.
Oh man, I was a big Kobe fan. And then when Shaq left, it was like, well, who you going? What are we doing? Pick a side. You going with Shaq? You going with Heat? You staying with Lakers? Kobe was my man. I stayed with Kobe and the Lakers, and I just been a Laker fan ever since.
It's all good, man. Like that's the whole thing. Like with the whole Kobe thing, like we all respect him 100%. Like he was a baller, right? Baller.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 player of all time, right? Whatever we want to go behind Jordan, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter where you put him. But I don't know, like as a Kings fan, like, and I know all Kings fans are all, they're like, yes, we respect it. He's a baller, but we're not fans of Kobe. Does that make sense? Like,
no, you can't be.
No, not if you're a Kings fan. No.
I mean, he's the reason,
right?
Why you guys, aren't where you should be, or could be anyway.
What do you mean we're in downtown? We got a nice arena.
Yeah, nice arena.
Well, like, think about it. Did it work out better? Because I was having an argument with somebody, a couple guys, our friends, and they were talking about what would you rather have done? Won the title, right? Like, I guess, got to the finals, or drafting Luka. What was worst, right? Losing that. And I told him I would rather have won the final. Like, I don't care about that whole draft because yes, Luka was a sure pick and all that. But it's like, to me, if we, like you just said, the landscape would have changed if we would have won that one game. Like the whole, even the city would be different. Because you understand, the MLS was trying to come to SAC from day one. They're on the list of potential markets, right? From day one, because SAC is an MLS. They're MLS city. We're small enough to support a soccer team, right? And big enough. And so the MLS was one of them. Dude, you understand when all that thing started happening, they got rid of the Monarchs. They got rid of the soccer team. We didn't get, we got rid of the Knights, right? We didn't get the MLS team because they were trying to build a whole complex where they're building new buildings right there on East Commerce. They were trying to build a whole complex there with baseball. We would have got maybe we would have had the A's by now. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. The whole landscape was all
it's crazy to think about. Yeah, it is crazy to think about.
So I'll go with I would rather have won that title because that was a sure thing.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And the Luka thing, you can have Luka and not win a title. We can have him for 10 years, and we're going to end up.
Yeah, Luka might not. He might. I think he will at some point win a championship. But yeah, he could not. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. So, anyways, man, I appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming on here and
no problem.
And talking, and we talk all the time, so we might as well put it on video here. But
why not?
Anybody who's listening to this right now, obviously you're on YouTube watching this or Instagram, and make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts so you get the notifications. And you can check out Shelby at Fit for Life Real Estate, but I'm gonna put that all over my stuff so you can figure that out. If you need help, like you said, Shelby will talk to you. You don't even have to buy a home. Just ask him a quick question about it. Maybe you want to get get into real estate. You want to go that path and talk to him. You know what I mean? Or you have a question about a home. You can hit up Shelby. He knows.
Yep. There it is.
Yeah, man. So anyway, I appreciate you coming on, bro, and we'll catch you soon.
All right.
All right, man.
Later.